Omer Ozkizilcik, he's a security analyst and non-residential fellow at the Atlantic Council. Omer, it's good to see you again. What are your thoughts on this meeting? What are you looking for that would make this a redefining moment for Syria?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is the first time a Syrian president is invited to the White House, but this meeting in particular will have its main focus definitely on the repealing of the Caesar sanctions altogether at the House in the US. And we know that the Syrian president already met the first opponent of the Caesar Repeal Act, and the meeting was quite fruitful. So that he will meet with the Trump administration to discuss other things. Among them is definitely the potential of reaching a security mechanism with Israel to go back to the 74 disengagement line. As you know, after the fall of the Assad regime, Israel encouraged further into Syrian territories and conducted over 1,000 attacks against Syria, while the Syrian side has not attacked Israel any time since the fall of the Assad regime. And secondly, another major issue will definitely be investments into Syria. So the Syrian president wants to attract investments and wants to gain the support of Trump to facilitate investments into Syria, and not only general investments, but also energy investments. But when it comes to energy investments, almost all of the oil fields and gas fields of Syria are still controlled by the YPG-dominated Syrian Democratic Forces, and the integration of them is not progressing. The process, the March 10 agreement, has been stalled. So Alsharaa will try to get Trump's support when it comes to integrating northeastern Syria into the fold of the Syrian government and ensuring Syria's territorial integrity. So altogether, we will see that this meeting is of huge importance for Syria to achieve stability, security, and prosperity in Syria by ensuring that the United States of America removes all of the obstacles, might it be its own military or its own support or its sanctions, and facilitates a security deal with Israel.
When it comes to Daesh specifically, do you see an extinction date for this terror group? If President Trump and President Alsharaa do come out of this meeting getting what they both want?
Yeah, I mean, one of the agendas of today that I haven't mentioned and you rightfully asked is definitely Syria joining the international coalition against ISIS. So it's expected that this will be officially signed today or officially agreed today, and that Syria will take its seat at the coalition to fight ISIS. And here the Syrian side's argument is quite clear. They say, we don't need American boots on the ground in Syria to fight against ISIS. They argue that they have done it already and that they are successful in doing that. They want American intelligence support and not American boots on the ground. And secondly, the Syrian government argues that it has a huge experience and success when it comes to rehabilitating, de-radicalizing, and reintegrating people who were indoctrinated by ISIS, foremost children. Because, as you know, thousands of children are still in the camps controlled by ISIS, but surrounded by the SDF. So the SDF doesn't control what's happening inside in these camps. And the Syrian government is saying, this is not sustainable. We need to change that. And Syria wants to take on the leading role in fighting ISIS in Syria and eliminating ISIS altogether. And they have shown their capability and the willingness to do so. And this actually aligns with Trump's vision, because Trump wants to delegate responsibilities to local allies and regional allies and doesn't want American boots on the ground to do the dirty job for others. Syrians want to do their own bidding. Syrians want to secure their own country, and Trump doesn't want it either. So there is an overlap of interests between the American and the Syrian side.
Right. Omer, it's good seeing you again. Thank you for the analysis. Thank you.